It wasn't just speed or terror that made the Mongols unstoppable. It was discipline. It was structure. It was an army built like a machine. One so efficient it conquered more land in 25 years than Rome did in 400. Follow Arena of Ages, where the world's greatest warriors live again. The vision of Genghis Khan. Before Genghis Khan, the steppe was divided. Dozens of clans fought, raided, and betrayed each other. But Temujin, the man who became Genghis, saw something greater: unity. He welded rival clans into one nation, and with that unity, he built an army that functioned like a living organism. The decimal system. At the heart of Mongol organization was simplicity, the decimal system. Units of 10 men formed an arban. 10 arbans formed a 100-man jaghun. 10 jaghuns formed a 1,000-man minghan. 10 minghans formed a 10,000-man tumen. This structure wasn't just neat on paper, it worked in battle. Each soldier knew his place. Each unit trained, camped, and fought together. And loyalty flowed upward from 10 men to 10,000, binding the horde with discipline. Loyalty and discipline was absolute. If one man deserted, all 10 of his comrades might face punishment. If a unit failed, the entire unit was held responsible. Harsh? Yes. But it created a bond of trust where no one could afford to falter. Every man's survival depended on the others. Training and readiness. Every warrior drilled constantly. Archery from horseback, endurance riding, coordinated maneuvers, nothing was left to chance. By the time they marched into battle, every Mongol warrior could shoot accurately at full gallop, switch horses mid-ride, and maintain formation across miles of open ground. Communication. To outsiders, the battlefield looked like chaos, riders swirling, dust rising, arrows flying, but in truth, the Mongols were guided by constant communication, signal flags in daylight, lanterns and torches at night, drums and horns carrying orders across the field, and above all, the YAM system, a network of relay stations with fresh horses, allowing messages to travel hundreds of miles in days. The Mongol war machine didn't just fight, it thought, it spoke, it reacted. Logistics and supply. An army that moved that fast couldn't drag endless wagons. Instead, the Mongols traveled light. Each warrior brought remounts, extra horses to rotate and milk for sustenance. Herds followed the army, providing meat. In emergencies, warriors even drank their horses' blood for survival. Where other armies starved, the Mongols thrived. Flexibility and specialists. The Mongol army wasn't one size fits all. Units were specialized: heavy cavalry for direct charges, light horse archers for skirmishing and harassment, engineers, captured from China, Persia, and beyond, who built siege weapons to smash city walls. Genghis Khan understood, every skill had value. If a culture they conquered had knowledge, he absorbed it into the war machine, fear as a weapon. But perhaps the greatest weapon wasn't the bow or the horse, it was fear. Entire cities surrendered rather than face Mongol wrath. This wasn't accident, it was strategy. The Mongols made examples of those who resisted, and the terror spread farther than their arrows ever could. The machine at work. With discipline, speed, communication, and terror, the Mongol war machine crushed armies many times its size. At Kalka River, in 1223, they annihilated a coalition of Rus princes. In 1241, they thundered into Europe, defeating knights at Liegnitz and Mohi. Time and again, kingdoms fell not because they were weak, but because the Mongol machine was stronger. The Mongol army was more than warriors on horseback. It was a system, a structure, a machine, built by Genghis Khan to move as one, fight as one, and conquer as one. The question is, if you faced the war machine, could your army have stood against it?